Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and Twitch and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community or joining in on any of our campaigns, we do have many ways you could do that. One of which is by subscribing here on Twitch using your Amazon Prime subscription, which is perfectly free, or by becoming a member on YouTube, which is not perfectly free, but a lot cheaper than if you don't use Amazon Prime on the Twitch side of things. Also, we do have open slots available, particularly in this campaign. So if you're interested in joining any of the games, action, or fun, please let me know. You can reach out either through Discord, where I am ProDM Joey, through our Patreon, where I am ProDM Joey, or right here in chat, where, hi, I'm ProDM Joey. It's very easy to find me everywhere. But without further ado, Casimir, tell us what had happened was last session.
So I may need some help at times, so if I miss anything, feel free to chip in. Last week the group descended, they continued their descent into Fendrick's grave, his gift or his challenge, whatever it kind of was. Descending down the pits that they had all jumped into in the week before. Eventually landing down in a place that seemed outside of time, or sorry, beyond time. Uh, at a piece in the point where time didn't yet exist, where where Fendrick was still alive, one of the last battlefields, presumably before then. At least that's what we could gather and what it seemed like. The place did seem kind of corrupted, to some extent. We knew that Frederick had been tricked before, but it didn't really click on any other party members that that meant, of who that meant was actually had tricked them. We knew it was Exium, but we didn't know there was a link between Exium and the Beyond at the time. But down here, it seemed that that was exactly the case. Encased in kind of the walls around this place was beings that existed beyond time that had been here as guardians ever since. Were kind of subdued by some of the magic that was here, or rather just asleep. But it was a battleground of angels at the time, I think it was, against something. We don't fully know what that something was. We assume the beyond, but I don't think we know for certain. Um, Continuing forward to try to work out and try to understand where we were, why we were here, and what was the purpose of it. Pieces were kind of unraveled, but what we did find out was more or less everyone else was fine down here, except from the one that was slightly contaminated or mutated as part of the Beyond, aka me, Casimir. So the Guardians awoke and refused to allow us entry and attacked immediately, summoning in astral dreadnoughts and being very annoying at pushing us off the ledge and trying to kill us. Um, yeah, they did. So between that, anti-magic shenanigans, and a couple of other things, part had a rough go of it, but did manage to overcome them and continued forward in the kind of path. Coming up to this dais here at the end, where inlaid into the actual earth was the original uh, five deities. No, sorry, there's all the deities here in three circles. There's a tier one, tier two, and tier three. But these are the original ones, the ones from this period in time, which was before everything kind of got bloated. Um, 22 also seen herself here as a series of tipped scales, and no matter how much Clover tried, those scales never would seem to balance. And she tried. often and a lot, but it just wouldn't happen. I think eventually we started to hear whispers that there was some trial here, that we had to choose. We had to find between ourselves what represented some of the base things of the universe that happened, the original gods, the original ones before time, which I believe ended we narrowed down to creation, destruction, law, and chaos. And between us, between everyone that we had here, we had to find someone that represented, embodied, challenged, and aspired. I think it was aspired to be that. It was a lot of trial and error and a lot of back and forth, but I think we eventually managed to settle on one. And we just ended with us locking that in place and being right, luckily. Otherwise, I think we would have been stuck here and our souls would have been trapped for eons until someone came and found us, if not just dead outright. But I believe that's where we were left off.
So, you all determined that Vendir challenged Chaos. Hop, the celestial little rabbit folk, or unicorn, you guys know it's the unicorn, embodies order. Elowin aspires to creation, and Casimir represents destruction. Coming to the realization of these 4 different attributes. Move the ribbon here. Before you lies a field of threads, tangled and coiling, not woven in any tapestry you know, but frayed, torn, and twitching like nerves stripped bare. The strands pulse with ancient color, indigo, silver, green, but they are broken in places, snapped, drifting like torn soon. Some twist back into themselves, others stretch off into impossible horizons, and some they fade entirely, as if they were never spun at all. You see ghosts of moments trapped in the knots, a mother's cry, a sword unsheathed, a sun devoured by a void. They shimmer in and out of visions, fractured fates that never fully resolved. The air hums with raw potential, the birthright of creation itself. But it is scarred, leaking magic like a wound that never healed. This is not just the foundation of the weave. This is the weave. This is where it bled into being, before the gods ever learned to shape it, before spells were songs and words of power, and it is broken. You feel it beneath your skin, like a memory you don't own, a future that will never be, a scream that should have been. It clings to your bones. It begs for repair, but it is vast, too vast. And as you look past all of them, you see this large chamber down at the bottom of this entryway and opening point. There's the loam. Beautiful, divine lights of weaves of fates that were never woven. Before it, 5 slabs that, from this distance, you can't really make out what it says, though those of you that speak Celestial discern the script written upon it. Looking all the way over at that, you've reached your destination, and now must claim a thread of uncut fate and the black mirror of Leth, which both should reside somewhere down here. This
Well,
is where
Clover,
we
you-
begin. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, Clover, you stepped in first. Which way do we go? You're muted, Wyatt.
Oh, probably towards the big, messed up portion of the weave over there.
Yeah, we really need to be careful with all this string that's lying about. It could be a trip hazard.
Is there one just on the floor?
Fucking did health and safety just walk in the building?
I mean, did you not hear the description? It's fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
know,
over the place. There is
I know.
no
I'm
floor.
just, you know,
It's-
it just sounds like the safety man's coming in. Like, oh, that's a trip hazard. I need y'all to pick all this up.
Damn it, OSHA. Get out of here.
Look, I'm just looking after you. Like, you were a very old man not too long ago in that last fight. I just, like...
Let's not forget that you almost fell to your death if it wasn't for me.
Exactly.
So-
And I do appreciate that.
And I appreciate you looking out for my, geriatric feet shuffling.
I'd like to try to touch one of the threads of the weave.
Awesome. Roll me a D100.
Of course. 17.
Wow.
Death.
No.
Bleh.
When you touch it, you're immediately stunned momentarily. You see this vision, this portion of a fate that was not fully distributed to where it needed to go. You see an individual hiding beneath the earth, down beneath the crust and the surface, chained to the wall and looking terrified. You see, they look around and see only in blacks and whites, the same type of vision that anyone with dark vision shares when there is absolutely no light to be known. You can sense this individual has never seen light before in their life. They've never seen color. They've never enjoyed anything that daylight has ever touched. And you see two drow approaching over towards them, unchaining them and commanding them. We have targets. 3 more need to be murdered for our queen. You see him go with them, freely, willingly marching, holding 2 blades, one in either hand, never once even debating changing his direction or changing his goals, obeying them absolutely, before he brings himself over to a campsite filled with people that have a holy symbol of a sun. And as he looks out over at it, he can see the campfire, the glow of illumination, and you can feel the excitement coming from him, the absolute joy. Before the fire is snuffed out, and he gets into the fray, murdering all of them. Immediately after the encampment is dead, rechained, and brought back over to that cell. Never once does he struggle. And then you come out of that little brick of fate untouched. Everyone, Elowin's been standing there for about two minutes.
Okay, so don't touch anything.
Whoa, I just had a vision of a potential fate of someone or something because
Really?
the thread is cut. Okay, okay.
Interesting.
So someone needed to to get one of those threads for can't remember what.
I think a couple of us needed them, but we should be careful in what we do.
It's the finish of the weave we're talking about. So There should be a mirror somewhere around here.
Somewhere.
Okay. You said that the treads are laying on the ground everywhere. It's like a mess.
On the ground, across the walls, hanging in the air. Yeah, it's all over the place.
Okay. I'll try to navigate the mess to find my way around to see if I can find something else
Okay.
than treads.
So roll me an acrobatics check.
Give a sec. As I don't know, of course, I don't want to bring my dragon form in there. Acrobatics. There it is. 17.
Well then. You make it about 15 feet inside before you touch yet another thread. Roll me a D100.
39.
Okay. Oh, that's a lovely one. You see a quiet man carrying a basket over his shoulder, utilizing a small little, not small, a thick plank of wood that's been reshaped to rest over his neck to help balance two baskets on either side. As he is walking across the trail, you see him staring over at a sunset, breathing in and enjoying the peace and tranquility. You can sense there's not a single thought passing through his mind right now. And then he looks further out, where this human woman turns back and looks at him, adorned in a beautiful, simple-looking dress. She smiles over at him and waves for him to catch on up, where you can feel the heart beats just a moment as he quickens his steps, walking up to her, and as the two of them venture closer towards this tiny village, you see them enter inside of a building, a simple shop that has a label outside called The Cobbler. And then you snap out of it.
Okay. Oh, if I try to continue, I'm gonna need another acrobatics.
Oh, yeah. Is anybody else trying to go in there, or just letting
Yeah.
Elowin march their way? Okay.
I mean, this kind of seemed like a Elowin mission to begin with, so
Yeah.
I don't want to break the unbroken thread.
Well, my character is not opposed to magic, but he's not like particularly for it. So
Yeah, where did you come from?
I'm the one who did the most chaos. I think it's grand time I did some order or undid some chaos.
Yes. Catches up to the party last minute immediately.
How's it you even?
Ur's
You know what,
always
I'm not
Ur's
gonna-
always there.
I'm not
Don't
even
you know?
going to question this.
So, Elowin, as soon as you take one more step, go ahead and roll me another D100. If anybody else wants to participate, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'll join them.
All right, roll me an acrobatics. I understand you can usually teleport around and stuff, but this is...
I'll join him. Why not?
5.
Can I just look from where I'm standing?
I mean, yeah, you can see the loom all the way down there, but you need to navigate through all of this to get there.
Oh, I can't like, squint-eyed finger trail it.
No,
okay.
no, you are seeking a physical thing to take. That's the whole the whole of it.
I guess I'll try. My acrobatics not very good. I'm probably gonna trip and fall and bust my face.
Very good.
Oh, see, now, like, who's complaining about the warnings? I'm like, oh, watch your step.
15. Is anybody else's roll 20 look weird?
Look weird. What do you mean?
Okay, so just me. I'm gonna refresh. But I got a 15. It was giving me all the coding for the acrobatics check. It wasn't the picture. It was just lines of code.
Got you. All right, Casimir, roll your D100. Do you have advantage on this?
No, I don't know why I did that. So
All right, roll your D100.
It's so close to
So
22.
close.
Oh shit!
oh, I got high
Ooh.
too.
Let's
Not as high as
go.
Eloin, but-
No, yours is
So-
higher. Well, yeah, not than Elowin's. Wait, Elowin, you already rolled your D100 after your 9.
Yeah, you already rolled.
94.
Oh, so we don't get the
Oh.
100.
But I got 97.
Well, I guess
That's
I-
good.
I can get the 100 for the next one.
No, it has to be the intended roll when you do it.
Do
Okay.
you need me to roll a D100?
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, we love 44.
It's a multiple of 22. So, like,
So, Elowin, on a 94. The scene before you is quite lovely. You are leaning out onto a railing of this beautiful lighthouse, looking down where you can see this gorgeous expanse of an ocean that is crystal blue. And off to the left, you can see this riveting town, this incredible construction of civilization. You hear the name of this individual being called as they turn around, and he can see this lovely woman carrying with her his child that he feels thrilled to look at. As she walks up, he takes the baby, smiling and kissing her very sweetly on the cheek before she takes some wood and starts placing it up against the interior of this lighthouse and begins nailing it to it. He starts heading downstairs where he starts playing with the child, putting them onto the floor and handing them a wooden sword as they keep swinging aggressively. Next one. Casimir, 21, so close to 22. You see this very, very dark tunnel opening up as someone crosses that threshold. You feel scared, and the light is bright and terrifying, and you see that there's this old woman handling you, this gargantuan woman, terrifying with the wrinkled skin and the pursed lips as she is awing and cooing. And then you are turned around and you see a woman lying there. You feel a connection to her, but she stares over at you, and you can see sadness in her eyes as you don't understand why she's so sad, and you don't understand why you're out here. And then you're taken away. You see the woman crying, and a man come over to comfort her, holding a holy symbol as he begins praying and asking her to pray as well. As you're brought away, and you have no idea why you're being brought away. Why would you leave? Then you're handed over to a man. Skinny, human, wearing robes that are cobalt blue. He looks over at you as you stare up at this individual, and you're perplexed why you were taken in the first place. He nods his head, and the wet nurse wraps you up, bundling you, and begins following after him, where he sits down with you, and he seems to be impressed that you understand what he is saying already. Though you're confused, why wouldn't you understand? I mean, you're here, why would you not understand someone? And then the memory ends. You step on a thread, and you see this glorious battle taking place over top of this gorgeous, expansive ocean. You are sitting on top of the deck and swinging around on ropes all over the place as people are attacking and just annihilating the people on this ship. You come crashing, descending down, spiraling with a scimitar that easily gashes and slices through your enemies as one little prick in your back you can feel stabbing into you. But just the moment that it touches you, you quickly dodge out of the way, parrying it, and place your blade into the chest of the man who had just punctured you. You feel thrill, you feel excitement, you feel so much more alive than you think you have ever felt before as you continue this fight over and over. This man attacking these pirates and single-handedly taking out their entire ship. As at the very end, he sits at the mast, staring at the sails that he has painted over with a smiley face over top of it, with the blood of the people he just killed. You pick up an apple, polishing it, getting a little bit of blood on it, before biting and chewing into it. This person feels radical and terrifying, but very happy about what they did. Vin Deer. Another nice one. You're riding a horse over a few rolling hills with plains and gorgeous hay everywhere and beautiful trees, and the sunlight is emanating and just shining down on you as you are watching. And as you are riding this horse, you find these massive cows, monstrously large cows, and you just start herding them around, moving them out of this immediate area and ushering them up the hill, getting the cattle to where they need to be, where you see your wife and your children smiling wide, and they begin to milk a few of the cows brought in. You see one of the bulls becoming a bit more aggressive as you go out and keep it entertained, keep it chasing after you on your horse while they get the milk that they need for the day, and let the cows go back to grazing as you escape from the bull. A calm, simple, lovely life. Clover, you're watching from the entryway as everyone begins trying to nimbly step their way through, and and Elowin each have made good distance in, but every time they get a good bit of distance in, they just accidentally touch a thread and stop moving for 3-5 minutes at a time.
I'm gonna look over at Akra. Is this what drugs are like?
I don't know. I don't do drugs.
She's talking to her NPC.
I think I'll go look for that mirror and not touch these things. And she clicks her heels, so she just starts flying and avoids these entirely.
Well, no, you don't avoid them entirely. You still have to roll an acrobatics check. They're on the floor, they're in the air, they're on the walls.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Acrobatics. 11. Let's add 3d4 to that. D4. 18. And let's. I want to just re-roll it. Nah, we'll keep it 18. I mean, I don't think there's a lot that I don't think I need to do really well to avoid a string.
Okay. You do end up touching a string. Roll me a D100.
Already 100. 53.
We love 53.
Actually, I'm going to change that to a 22.
You can only do that on D20 rolls, not D100s?
No, I meant the acrobatics check.
Oh. Well, why didn't you say something? You succeed.
Sorry, I was thinking about it, and I was like,
Jeez.
why did I do that? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you manage, as everyone else is freezing up, flying, you just grab onto them and start hoisting yourself further in. Using them as your points of momentum to keep navigating through until you make it all the way down to the base, where you can see these 5 plaques around the area. These 5 celestial inscribed slabs stand like an ancient trial, a remnant of an era when mortal will shaped the very threads of fate. Their presence before the loam of woven fates suggests they are not mere decorations, but keys to understanding, or perhaps anchors for altering the threads.
Okay. You know, Hop, I never really believed in fate. I thought if the point of fate existed, there's no real point of anything. So I've never been a real big fan of this idea. Saying the Hop that she's doing this. What do you think of this, Cold Steel?
I don't.
Always such great conversation. Okay.
Thank you. So, looking at them, you do notice on the sides of each of them is a lever.
Which one? Are they all like paralyzed behind me?
Oh, yeah, they're up, still coming down here. It's like 5 minutes at a time that they're in these scenes.
Okay, I guess they're not going to see me do this. And she's going to mage hand and just pull one of the levers.
All right, which of the 5? You can go left, directly to the right of that, 3, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
What's that Lawbringer quote, Ekra? The left hand reaps the dark rewards, and she's going to do the far left.
The far left. All right, slab number 1. Roll me a d8.
8. Hell yeah.
As you pull it, you begin to hear ding, 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 as the words begin shuffling around obsessively before settling, almost like you're pulling a lever at a casino for, well, any of the slots machines. And you can read Celestial, can't you?
Yeah, she can. She can speak it.
You see this appears. I laugh in the face of danger, though my hands may shake.
That didn't really go with a quote. No, it did it. Okay. Any ideas, you two? Or should I wait for the others to wake up and tell them that this was just floating here?
We should not be in here. This is not where we belong. Do whatever you want. Experimentation is the best way of learning anything. Pull all the levers.
Pull the lever, Clover.
Ekra's obviously going to encourage you to pull all of them.
Wow. It's like I got you guys just to show me the extremes of things, and you did it. This experiment was a resounding success. Okay. Left hand obviously reaps the dark reward. She's going to say that again and try the other left one.
So the second one?
Yeah.
D8.
RD8. 5.
5. Ooh. It comes up like this. I find joy in the unexpected, even if it brings pain.
Okay, so I think I stand here at the first one in Ekra. I think that's your one right there.
Huh? Yeah. You want me to pull one of these? Okay.
No. I'm saying that's you right there. I find joy in the unexpected, even if it brings pain. That one's me. Okay, Hop. So the good side's definitely that one. I'm going to go far right.
So you're pulling the last lever.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a D. This one's only 6.
D6. 2. We love 2.
Dung, 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 dung. I seek to restore what my ancestors destroyed.
You know, weirdly enough, cold steel go over there.
What? Yeah.
Okay. Never mind, Hop. I meant this one. She's gonna pull number 4.
Okay. 6 as well.
RD6. 4. There we go. We're getting all the different numbers. I speak the truth even when it wounds.
Yep.
That's not you, Hop, because you can lie.
Huh? What? I don't lie.
You can. Which is really weird to me. I guess you go over there. And now we wait for one of them to come down. And then we might switch up the order a little.
So, everyone, you come out of your paralysis as you see these 4 slabs glowing as Clover has somehow managed to get down here with all of her familiars, and they're just standing in front of them, and only one of the slabs is not glowing yet. Acrobatics
Constitution.
checks. Yeah.
Yeah. Try to get through again.
Yep. 16, 14, D100s. 36. 91. Casimir, you get a good goddamn Elowen, you take 1 step. You started before everyone, Elowen, and you're kind of stuck where oh no. Oh no. Casimir. You have a different vision. This time you're in a frozen tundra, this incredible expanse of shearing cold as you are dragging what feels impossibly heavy something behind you, attached to a rope that is very rough and tough that you're squeezing onto with your fingers that are beginning to become frostbitten. And as you are hoisting and dragging across this area, you feel this gust of wind as you look up. And you see this large frozen dragon staring at you, and you look back at your best friend bleeding out on a sled you were dragging him on as you regrettably relinquish the rope and begin trying to run and flee past this dragon. Vindir. Another lovely scene. You're sitting down at a dinner table. It's so peaceful. It's so nice. You have your husband to your one side and your eldest child to the other. Bouncing on your lap is your newest baby as you're sitting there eating, well, a chicken that hasn't been laying enough eggs recently. So, you have to get your use out of them somehow. Really is unfortunate for the hen, of course, but fried chicken tastes so good. And as you're sitting there talking with all of them, you see your eldest son seems incredibly excited about this imaginary story that he's piecing together and telling to his father. And your husband, this man, is loving this story and engaging with it, though you know that your boy has never been to a town. He's never been to a capital. He's never seen the king. But of course, he's just playing along, enjoying this story and letting it continue to unfold over and over again. And you feel a truly serene sensation of peace and happiness in this moment.
Okay, cool.
Elowen.
Mm-hmm.
The 2. Now, guys, there are only 8 of these stories that are truly impactful for your characters. 2 is one of them. Of course, 1, 199, 22, 13. You guys get it. 69.
Nice.
Of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elowen. You are hiding underneath a bed, down inside of caves. You are crawled up. You feel small, though you stare out where you can see your father is picking up his axe and moving towards the door. As soon as he opens it, you see these devils marching their way inside, attacking these dwarves that are all fighting for their lives. These devils seem to have spawned out of nowhere and attack for no reason. But as soon as your father walks out, your mother slams the door shut and begins barricading it, placing whatever furniture she can in front, and then going over to the stove where she picks up the fire poker and begins holding it, standing in front of the bed as she is battling you. Not you. Battling to keep her composure and keep her calm. You lay there terrified as you see this massive spear pierce through the stone wall and blood dripping down it. And then the door in front of you explodes open, your bed pushed over to the corner where you have to crawl to get back underneath it, and your mother knocked all the way across the room. As soon as that happens, Elowen, you see a familiar face, though someone that you don't remember looking so young. You see Luciphon marching his way inside. The woman swings her hot wood poker at him as he easily parries it to the side and then swipes his blade, completely decimating across her. You see the blood pulling outwards, and she begins crawling on the floor over towards you, where your eyes are wide open and you are terrified. You look up as you see this monstrous tiefling take his gigantic sword and thrust it through the back of your mother, and watch as the life leaves her eyes. You see him surprised when he notices you hiding under the bed. You look over at the poker, and he stares at you and growls this most terrifying guttural noise that is the most terrifying thing you have ever encountered. As you are paralyzed, you see him march over to the door. As more devils begin trying to move their way inside, but he commands them. He tells them, "This building is clear. They're dead. Move to the next one." And he turns and looks over at you with that same blood-curdling hatred in his eyes. And he commands you not to move. You lay there for days, feeling hungry, feeling starved, feeling thirsty, staring at your dead mother, whose eyes are still wide open, glancing at you. The blood stopped traveling, but you can still smell it in this room. Before you notice a fire and panic begin rising in your chest. Then the memory ends.
Quick question: who Luciphon?
Luciphon, the ruler of Phlegrathos. He's the new archdevil of Phlegrathos. He's the person who the party has interacted with on. You remember that devil you guys had to fight when you were trying to free Liara from the Whisk Collective?
They weren't dead at that point.
Oh, then you don't
They joined
recognize him?
after.
I could have sworn you met Luciphon somewhere.
I'm at the
It
funeral.
was
At the funeral, yes. He's the
Okay.
one who brought Luna.
Okay, gotcha.
He's the one that Casimir summoned and who brought Luna.
Okay.
Yeah, an archdevil.
Mm-hmm.
You're the next person who can attempt an acrobatics check to get down there.
Let's try, I guess.
You have the second best chance.
23.
You make it down to the bottom, Clover. And do you speak Celestial,
No.
Okay, all of these
Goblin.
slabs. Oh, go on.
That's a goblin in common.
Okay, all of these slabs have Celestial writing on them and are currently glowing except for one.
Okay, all you got to do is step in front of it. Don't touch anything. That's all we did. We just stepped in front of it. And as he steps in front of
Fine.
it, I'm going to use my mage hand to pull the lever.
I'll do it, and let's see.
Oh, the mage hand can't pull the lever.
What?
The mage hand can't pull the lever.
That's an object interaction.
She's like looking at it. I guess yours isn't working.
Why wouldn't it be working?
I don't know. We just walked in front of ours. Didn't we, Ekra?
I'm gonna try. Maybe I should touch it.
Ekra raises her eyebrow over at you. Now, you know I can't lie.
Yeah, I know. That's why you would tell him that.
She pulled all the levers.
What?
What? That's a lie, too. I didn't pull all the levers.
I can't lie.
But I didn't. Where? Okay. Just click the lever right there. The thing.
Why?
Because it's gonna try to match you up. Right now, everyone's matched up to their thing. It just reads you a nice little poem.
Why would you try to trick me?
I'm
Instead of
trying
just
to
asking
trick
me.
you.
Why were you trying to pull it when you could have just asked me?
When
Good
did I pull it?
Good questions.
When did I pull it? What's going on?
Oh, to clarify, her mage hand is invisible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll pull it.
All right. Roll me a d8. Oh, wait. No, you don't have celestial body. You need to actually roll me an athletics check. 35.
Hell yeah!
You have to.
I'm raging, so yeah.
Yeah, 35 is your DC.
I can make it. Come on, let's do this. Yes.
44. Wait, what? How is that 44?
It's still broken with the minimum roll of 28 thing. So it rolls a 28 on the d20. So you actually need to look at the 14 plus 16.
So take off 8.
So
That would
30.
Be, yeah.
The dice roll was a 14, yeah.
So that's 30.
Okay.
As you
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do anything else, I think. Try to get that up.
I don't know. That's up to you. You begin trying to pull the lever, and then you start pushing it. And then, no, Ekra tells you, no, it's a pull. And you start pulling it. You're putting all of your weight and muscles and power behind it, but you can't pull it. You feel it straining. You feel it beginning to crack, but you can't lower the lever.
Just a thing we do. We just give everyone performance anxiety whenever they're around us. I didn't even dispel magic or anything.
That's what I do.
Why am I sitting next to you? Why aren't I on the good side over there with Hop and Cold Steel?
Is this a situation of correlation and causation? Interesting.
Do you need help? It really wasn't that difficult.
I don't have a celestial body. Thank you very much.
What?
Yeah, this is me just doing my pure strength.
None of us actually know you need a celestial body.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
was a DM slip.
My bad.
You're good.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe the last one is just particularly hard.
I can touch it, but then I don't know what will happen.
Well, one way to find out, and Ekra shoves you in that direction.
All right.
Okay, she's gonna just pull the lever.
Yeah, it easily pulls.
I'm gonna look at him like.
I don't know.
Roll me a d8. Clearly correlation.
8, 7, all different numbers. We love it.
We do. I cling to hope, no matter how small. So, let's put all of these together. First one. Handout. That's the first one. That's the second one. That's the third one. Bomb.
You said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, it's fine. You're good. I figured you guys are smart enough to realize this.
Realize what?
What this was.
I don't know if they have.
Wow.
I have no idea what it is.
Okay.
I know what it is. Casimir will never figure out because reasons.
Yeah, we'll never know either.
Fine.
I'm not there yet, so.
I will say the only reason I really got it is because I have something open and it's basically looking right at them. So I figured out.
So, as you pull that fifth lever with relative ease, you begin to watch as the loam begins creaking with energy and life, as the threads begin humming and creating this beautiful symphony, as a thread begins to squeak its way out, begins unraveling and falling down to the ground, having nowhere to cast and nowhere to go.
Is that what we're supposed to get?
Interesting.
You want to touch it?
Sure, I'll touch it.
Okay, you may add these personality traits. The fourth one is a bond and the fifth one is a flaw to your character. As you absorb the thread of uncut fate.
Yeah, it's so meta.
All right, what do I add?
I laugh in the face of danger, though my hands may shake.
Hold on. Where do I put that on the new sheet? I knew on the old sheet. Is it on the about? Oh, there it is. I see it. About.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be bonds, ideals, personality traits.
The first three are personality traits. The fourth one is a bond. The fifth one is a flaw.
Give me a second. Okay.
I had Kaz's sheet open right here.
Let's go the first one first. The first three. I laugh in the what?
I laugh in the face of danger, though my hands may shake. And you can copy and paste this if it's easier. I find joy in the unexpected, even if it brings pain.
Okay, got those on personalities.
I cling to hope, no matter how small.
Okay, we got them all. And then
Cool.
the other ones are...
The bond is I seek to restore what my ancestors destroyed. Ooh.
Okay.
And then the fifth one is I speak the truth, even when it wounds.
Not too much different from what does now, except I seek to destroy my ancestors destroyed. I don't know what that one is.
So as you touch the thread, you feel it begin melding and swelling into your being itself. And then you see a vision. You see a legion of goblins and bugbears bowing before a god.
Okay. Which god?
Oh, great question, isn't it? The goblins served. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. They're fat. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, it's her. The goblins are originally Fey folk, though they serve the Moonweaver. You see the hobgoblins all bowing before her as she chose these soldiers to be the ones responsible for hunting through the middle of the night and massacring those of the faith of her sister. The goblins were used as assassins and then banished from the material realm. She painted them, and they accepted as martyrs. She painted them as murderers, not telling the world why she had attacked her sister's followers and destroyed as many worshippers as she could, not telling the world why she chose the goblins for this mission. Though you don't know yourself, but she chose them, and they did this work. And because of that, they were painted as subservient creatures that serve only those of a strong and powerful disposition. That situation caused the enslavement of goblin kind across generations, where they began serving the dragons who ruled over them, forcing them to do their bidding, and then seeking the next strongest thing when dragons were not around, primordials, and seeking the next strongest, warlords, mages, wizards, liches, always put into that service because of her action to force them to do this and to be able to keep their mouths shut. She was the first one to forsake goblin kin. And now
So I got to deal
aware.
with Moonweaver. Okay.
Yeah. You want to restore what your ancestors destroyed.
Yeah, do that. We got to deal with the Moonweaver.
By the way, I love that goblins are just the Fey. Become the new Liar. Oh no!
I mean, literally doing so well, really sharp. So, at least, depending on how you consider deal with Moonweaver.
No, like I'm gonna ask Moonweaver why first, because why Moonweaver did what they did.
Why
then I'll decide at that point what will do.
What you do? You do it. Why do it? No, why? So, the other 3 of you, still stuck within the weave itself. You come out of it and you look down where you see has this golden sheen to the tips of his fur now. Think like the early 2000s lead singer of Sugar Ray.
You have frosted tips.
I mean, yeah, okay.
But you look badass with it.
Exactly.
He pulls it off. Insight check, Casimir. So you do have advantage. Yep. Yeah, feels familiar for how he usually feels with his inquisitive nature, his, goody two-shoeness, his subtle judgment of everyone. You've kind of realized how much he judges people now that you can sense emotions, because for judging people is an emotion. It's not a mental process. He just feels judgmental, all of that remains the same, but there's more, much more development to him. You sense a change inside of him from all of this.
But it doesn't reek of some kind of magic or that he's cursed to some extent.
I mean, you know what this is. This is the dumbest school of magic. This is divination.
You touched something stupid, didn't you?
Nothing stupid.
It's divination, it's all stupid.
All magic's bullshit. We know it.
Very true.
Are the three of you going to try to get out of here?
Yeah.
Let's try to.
Well, you're good. You made it all the way down here. It's those three that are stuck inside of all the fates.
I'll catch you guys if you fall.
Try to weave through it all.
I'll just teleport.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just teleport right there.
Yeah.
Well, like, can I cast spells next to Threads of Fright? Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah. You cast teleport and boop, you just appear next to all of them.
Okay.
Ekra begins hysterically laughing.
Who?
That's the succubus that hangs
Okay.
out with Clover.
I'm also gonna cast Greater Locate Object on Mirror.
Yes, you can. You cast the spell and ping! You sense it underneath what looks to be thousands and thousands of pounds of rubble.
Okay. Like, and there's a Thread of Fate over there as well.
No, just absorbed the thread of fate.
No, I meant not Thread of
I
Fate,
took
but
one
all
for
the
the team.
threads of the. There's no threads where we are. Where I'm at right
Oh,
now.
directly around the loam, there's none whatsoever. Over towards that like pile of rocks, there's none over there either. The problem is you don't have enough space in here to transform.
Yeah, but I can move her to just put it up.
Sure, you can use your spell slot.
Trying to swim through all these threads in the background.
Go for it. Acrobatic. I will remind you, you have an right there, and just in case you want to not use your spell slots.
Yes.
Like I'll go where the mirror is, like right above it, and like directly below me is the mirror we're trying to find.
Okay, so I'll try to look for the mirror. Would it be perception check?
No, this will be an athletics. You have to remove all of the thousands and thousands of pounds of rubble.
Okay.
God damn it.
It's another 14, so.
Yeah. So, okay. Yes, you start breaking through the rubble pretty damn easily, grabbing chunks of it and tossing it behind you all over the place. Very easy for you to start digging your way through. Casimir, in the blink of an eye, as you are sitting there, you see this scene inside of a tavern as you're sitting down on a chair looking up at this incredible performance. There's a half-orc playing a fiddle, there's a half-elf playing the drums, and there's a human playing the lyre. And all three of them are playing so lively and lovely music as you see another half-elf dancing through the crowd, slapping a tambourine and slowly stealing money from people's pockets. But you are so enthralled, you don't even notice the stealing happening. I mean, like, you see it, but you kind of, like, repress it, like you don't want to know about it, as you're just loving the music and having a fantastic time listening to what appears to be the half-siblings play.
Oh, I could have that sort of stuck in my head for a week now. This is
Hey,
hell.
Macarena. 14.
We're never getting out of here, Findir.
No, we're not.
This is where you live now. Oh, that 4 I thought was actually your D100. Okay, 86.
No, yeah, I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong
Vindir?
10 button.
Vindir, you're floating on a canoe down the stream, staring up at the sun as you can hear people working in the fields on either side of you. You look over the edge as you peer at someone who looks over at you and just rolls their eyes as you smile a little bit at them and get one little paddle and let the stream just keep pushing you along. And at the end of it, you stand up and you see that your canoe was apparently fishing this entire time. As you begin dragging this net of fish onto the shore, and you see all of these people looking ecstatic and thanking you so much for all of it, and you bow, explaining, oh, it was hard work, but it was worth every moment. I love serving you guys. Eat as much fish as you want, as you just get back into the canoe, and once you're out of eyesight of all the people that were thanking you, lay down once again and start paddling your way to the other side. A very lazy, relaxing, lovely life.
Yeah.
But it only takes you a couple of minutes before you grab at something that doesn't feel like stone, but feels metallic. And as you pull it out, you see the mirror is cracked all the way through the center. The edge of it is this dark, bronze-colored, incredibly aged and well-designed trimming and edge. When you look at the mirror, you can faintly see what appears to be a very pissed-off-looking demonic entity behind you. Blackened scales all across them and dripping poisonous or acidic ooze congealing and dropping underneath their chin as they seem to just be watching. This mirror appears to have someone trapped in it currently.
Do I get him out?
That is a great question for you all to figure out after we take our break. Yep. We'll be right back, everyone.
All right.
So we're last we left off, 2 of the party members were free of the threads of fates and their paralyzing ability to just keep you sidetracked. The other 3 caught and learning many different things about these threads of fate that may not have touched the outer limits of the realms or anything such like that yet. However, as 3 of you are free now. Elowin finally made it free. Yep. So only 2 of you are stuck right now. As Elowin got down there, she pointed out where the mirror would be, and unburied it underneath all that rubble. But of course, as soon as he looked into it, he saw a terrifyingly large, looming individual. God damn it. You see before you the blackened scales of some type of otherworldly, fiendish entity. They're sitting there snarling in your direction, looking with hatred and anger in their eyes, as they have been trapped down here for as long as this facility has been sealed up, for as long as Fendrick has been in the abyss. They're currently gurgling some type of viscous-looking liquid, perhaps poison or acid, or perhaps something you have not encountered yet, that's slowly dripping down their chin and disappearing off the mirror. As they look at you, they raise their fist and strike against the inside of the mirror. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, DC 18.
Well, I'm screwed.
15. You drop the mirror on the ground.
I'm going to add a D4 to that. That's our D4. There we go. 18.
There you go.
Did it.
You nearly drop the mirror as you look out of the corner of your eye, and Clover gives you a look that makes you, like, surprisingly hold it more firm. That was weird. But you almost felt fear looking at this creature. But as soon as you didn't drop the mirror, you see his face contorts. Still angry, still vile, still aggressive. But now with a smile.
Oh.
You can't get out, can you?
What the fuck is that?
He'll nod his head. Religion check, any of the 3 of you.
Nope. Can you guys hear me?
This guy.
Yes, I can hear you, Did you hear me?
Yes. Religion
Okay,
check. Got
he
it.
nodded his head to your question. You have advantage? Are you rage religioning?
No.
Okay, that's not one of the ones that you can rage religion.
I don't know why it has that on there, but
Because new barbarian, there's a bunch of things. So long as you're raging, you do have advantage on.
I didn't think religion was one of them.
I don't know. That's up to you to keep track of. I can't keep track of.
Well, it's a toggle. I say rage, and then she automatically does it.
Yep. Then that might be it then. Natalie, you had advantage?
She speaks Infernal, and she has Echo with her, and she was asking if it was her friend.
26 on Elowin's. Natalie, 25 then if you don't have advantage. So Ekra gives you a familiar look at this point, a look of hatred when you give that question at her. Nope, not friends. Definitely the other end of the spectrum. Ekra is a devil, not a demon. They despise each other. But let me go in order of what you guys realize. This is a demon. By the looks of it, one that was powerful enough that they had to be sealed away. Now, that could have been by Fendrick's trusted soldiers and warriors, or by Fendrick himself. Neither of which give you a lot of good vibes about that, you know? Moving up the ladder to the 25, Natalie. This is clearly a demon. By the looks of the individual, they have a lot of pride to them. And that's not something that demon kin usually bask in. Ekra talks in length about demons. Talking shit, but talking in length. And usually they're not prideful things. They're not deliberate enough to be that. But this one is, which is a bit concerning. Beating the trait of chaos and destruction is difficult to do. Elowin, when you look at them, you hear a whisper in the back of your mind a long time ago, something that you read about called the Black Vow. You don't know what that is, but this entity reminds you of it. And more concerningly, from the three of you, are any of you proficient in Arcana?
Yes.
Okay, it's just you
29.
then. 29. This artifact is of a singularity quality. Singularities are a tier of artifacts that is a singular object, could not possibly be replicated, could not possibly be controlled, could not possibly be altered by magecraft known to any mortal. They are singular objects of an unknown power level, potentially uncapped power level. Despite it being a singularity, which is the most powerful type of magic, this creature, over the eons, perhaps, that it's been stuck here, has managed to get a crack through the mirror by striking it. That's either A, a lot of determination, or B, a lot of fucking strength.
Strength.
Yes, strength.
Well, if we're going to use that mirror, we're going to have to get him out. I have a way to keep it contained, but I want those two, and I look over at Vindir and Casimir.
Roll me your acrobatics, guys.
To get over here when we beat this thing.
You guys can just roll your D100s, and I'll tell you good vibes or bad vibes. Both.
I had a 38 before.
Okay, then you already saw this one. How did you manage to touch the same threat? God damn it. But Vindir.
It's a thread of fate.
Yeah, he just happens to
Persuaded.
touch the other end of it and just, god damn. Vindir, bad scene. It sucks. It's kind of sad. Little depressing. But yeah, go on, Clover. As they're stuck again.
I have a spell. It's how I actually got Ekra and Hop here. It's a magic circle. If I put it around this thing and we let it out, it's not going to be able to leave the circle. No one breaks this circle, like kicking the salt. Looks over it. Looks over at her when she says that. No one breaks the circle. And we just, if I know its name, which I don't think any of us know this thing's name, I can make it so it's going to have a very hard time getting out of this.
It
And we just
smiles wide as you're talking, and it exhales on the inside of the mirror and begins writing. Do any of you speak Abyssal?
I'm gonna just cast what's the name of the spell?
Comprehend languages?
Yes.
Okay.
Believe it or not, Natalie speaks Abyssal.
Okay. It writes its name for you. Zalzareth.
Ring any bells?
Oh no, the moment all of you hear that, I need wisdom saving throws.
We all have advantage because of Beacon of Hope being permanent.
Is that against fear?
It's just wisdom saves.
I thought it was wisdom saves against. I thought it was saving throws against fear.
Let me see.
Beacon.
Major image.
2024, Beacon of Hope. Advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws. Nice. Yeah, you three have advantage. DC 18 again.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Sure. You get one roll on the reroll.
That's 21. That's what we were looking for.
Need another wisdom save?
Yes, sir.
God damn it.
Can't keep saving you, or.
But I am immune to
Charm.
charm, yeah.
Yep. Oh, this ain't something trying to charm you. 12.
Damn it.
Are we sticking to it? Do I have your
Yes.
permission to continue, Clover?
Yeah, I'm not. I gotta save these points for actually doing this.
Okay. As Elowin reads the name and speaks it out loud, Zalzareth, you feel this bone-chilling fright crawls up your spine. This word spoken as if a blasphemous act. Its name itself is something that shall not be uttered. It is something that is instilled into your very nature, your very being, to be afraid of it. There's no way in hell you can let this thing get released, or maybe you should think about serving it if it is going to be released, because that is not something you can fight. You feel so afraid, you are paralyzed with fear.
Well, knowing Ur's personality, it's not going to be the second. He's not going to serve this thing. He's going to do everything in his power to stop it from getting out. Guys, this is not a good idea. We got to keep this thing in here.
How are we gonna use the mirror if it's in there?
It begins rasping its claws against the mirror towards you.
I'm
So
going
let's
to
have a-
open my portable hole.
Yeah.
Can we just put that in there? I don't think it's a good idea to fight whatever's in there near the Thread of Fate.
I'm not
If we
saying
fight
fight it here, but I'm saying like
We
don't
can't
think
fight
we're
this
gonna-
thing.
Well, put it in the hole.
she's just gonna pull off her cloak and put it over the front of the mirror. There. Now you don't have to look at it.
It's still there.
It's not the okay. If we're going to use this mirror, the whole reason we came here to do this, we need
I think it's a
to
bad idea
actually
now.
have it usable. Now, yes, that thing is scary, but you have two clerics, a wizard. I'm not even sure what he is, an undead, and you. We should be fine.
No.
Oh, did he freeze or did I?
He froze.
Someone screenshot him. Screenshot him. We need it for the memes. Get him. Get him.
There's many memes.
Did you get it? Yes, that's good memes. We'll create an 18+ channel for the anyways. But did someone get him?
No.
I don't know how to take a screenshot.
God damn it.
I got it.
Thank you.
Okay. If I knew how to screenshot Zoom, I would.
It's dangerous when I try to screenshot because I have like 19 things happening
Oh,
on my
I got-
computer.
I've got four. I got four monitors. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, let's
There you
I mean,
go.
Thank you very
could
much.
do the old school Windows Shift S.
Ooh, yeah. Oh no, we lost Wyatt.
He's unfrozen now.
All right, guys, now do things without her. Anyways.
I swim in more threads.
Yeah, the two of you can roll again. Vindir, you need one more over 10 to break out finally. And Casimir, you need one more over 15 to break out finally.
Oh,
so
yes.
close. Okay, Vindir,
Thank God.
you finally make it down there as Clover is covering it with a blanket and just gets paralyzed suddenly.
So are all three of them paralyzed?
No.
Who's
Ur
safe?
is paralyzed in fear. He can't, like, physically move or take his eyes off of it or, like, do anything like that. Elowen's perfectly fine. The
Got
DC
it.
was only 18. And this is flavoring why Clover is just,
No.
Is that the mirror?
Or you may speak despite paralysis.
No, not giving this up.
So it is the mirror.
Can I have the mirror?
No.
Why are you so obsessed with the mirror?
Because you guys are going to release what's in here.
What's in there?
A demon of uncalculable strength.
Are you, like, he's so weak you can't figure out how strong he is, or he's really strong and you can't figure out how strong he is?
Second one.
Oh. So you're saying he's stronger than you?
You can give me another wisdom save at that one.
Yeah, I was already saying. God damn it.
I mean, like, admittedly, you have an untapped, or a, what do we call it? It's your boundless potential, your endless potential, your well of endless potential, but you haven't swam that deep yet.
I may have endless potential, but I'm not there yet. I've only stuck my toe in it.
Oh, so he could win the boat race.
Yes.
Where the fuck is Casimir still in the damn thing?
I should just...
I have an idea. Kaz is getting frustrated.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to do something stupid.
Sure.
I'm going to bite one of these threads and try to snap it.
All right, so you touch it.
I am eating one of these threads, like, get out of my way.
Sure, roll another D100. You touch it.
Yeah, but I want to see what happens if I eat one of them and break one.
Can your teeth break the threads of fate?
100.
Oh, of course,
Holy
that is the one that does
And
it.
he's eating it too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, no. They are indestructible. You're not eating it, thank God. The only thing that can destroy a thread of fate... Oh, sorry, I'm not going to say that because you don't know yet. But you
Let
hit the
me
100. Oh, yeah, you're chewing. You're...
We need to get those scissors from Hercules.
If I got like a double crit, you could have let me.
All right, if you get a double crit, sure.
Come on, 22.
I don't actually think it's
But I
possible.
will warn you, 100 is the best of all of these stories, and you'll be destroying that fate.
Okay.
But Casimir wouldn't know that.
But he'll...
Okay. Casimir, as you bite it, you see these different various mountains overlooking an ocean. Crystal clear blue water that is rolling and cascading and slamming at the side of the cliff's edge. You see yourself sitting down, picking up loose dirt that feels fine, smells vibrant in minerals, and you have a thought that is beyond anything you've ever considered before in your life. You're considering how nutritious the soil is, how perfect the water is, despite it being an ocean, not being salt water, but being fresh water instead, so that there's an endless supply of water for anybody who needs it. And because the soil is so fertile, it's always perpetually going to be able to grow crops. It's never going to grow old. It is never going to grow dry because of its proximity to fresh water. And because it's never going to become dry, and everything just keeps cascading to this impossible, wonderful knowledge. As you see an opening, a portal above your head, and 4 individuals fall out onto the slope right next to you, becoming terrified and freaking out as you stand up, smiling and approaching towards them. You introduce yourself as they're very confused, terrified, and scared, but you just hold up your hands. There's no reason for them to be afraid. There's no longer something trying to destroy them. There's no longer death. There's no longer any amount of hatred. There's nothing worth fighting here. And as you are calming them down, they seem very confused at this as you begin guiding them over towards a small village. A village filled with other people. All walks of life. Different generations. Setting up mills that are able to start tilling through and creating grains. Harvesting fields of this bountiful harvest that is incredible. As you begin introducing them to people. Everyone there looking happy, and these others that just came here terrified, and you introduce them more and more to others. Then you bring them inside of a centralized building, a gathering of everybody as you sit down at a table and begin eating a meal with them. Whole grains inside of your fingertips as you're picking and eating them, and they seem very confused as to what's happening. You reassure them. There's nothing to be afraid of here. Everything that was happening there is not happening here. We won. Exium is no more. This place is perfect. This place has no war. There's no wizards trying to summon forth the great disaster. There's churches to new gods, gods that the mortals themselves have chosen, that we have chosen, that we want to represent us. And they're welcome to do as they please. There's food for everyone, there's water for everyone, and they have the freedom to do whatever they wish. Exium was led away. The old gods are gone. It's peaceful. It's comforting. And you see those individuals brought here begin breaking down and crying and sobbing. As you begin touching them on their backs, comforting them, you can see as this individual, you gain glimpses and images of whom they once were. Two of them soldiers fighting on the edge of extinction. The other two, common folks. One the highwayman, one a farmer. But all four here being equal, the same. Everything a perfect utopia. When they turn and ask you where this place is, you simply have to smile and explain. You're in Exandria, a place of new hope, a place of found glory, and a place of peace.
That feel like history or the future?
Roll me a history check. The forbidden pasta is unclear to you. Perhaps that was the origin of Exandria, or perhaps that's what's to come. At minimum, it gives you a goal.
Yeah. He's just going to type in that one for a bit longer.
And I just love the scene of you trying to spaghetti and chew it.
Yeah.
As you're mulling it over. Like a super gummy rope. Just. So
The
everyone.
last bit of your Slim Jim that doesn't ever get dissolved.
So, Clover, you are no longer paralyzed in fear because you left. Internet's back, I guess.
Oh, I thought we just jumped over to the other people's streams. Okay.
No, Casimir's still trying to break through all of this. He's not having
Okay.
luck. He's, but he rolled 100.
Look, we need to use that mirror, right? So that thing can't be in it. We're gonna have to let it out. And I am very much for killing it.
Why
It
don't
can
we just-
hear us, obviously.
Why not just transfer it? You can
To
transfer
what?
to an empty body.
Want to give this thing a body?
Yeah, but
I don't
then,
even give Ekra a body.
but then you have him in the body. We kill it really quick, and we put him in the dick face that Liara used to have. And then we just have his body in a dick, or we have his soul in a dick face.
Who is this Liara person? This is like the third time I've heard this name, and usually he gets mad every time pointing at the vampire.
The very best scientist of all of Zodiac. All right,
Impressive.
Why aren't they here?
she's dead. She got killed by a 3-year-old prodigy.
What?
Look, it was a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old got into a brawl, and the 2-year-old died. And Liara was the 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna look over at Cold Seal and like go into telepathy mode. These are supposed to be the good guys? Like, fucking 22.
Good, evil, all the same things. Honestly, everybody wishes to serve their own personal desires. I see no difference between anyone who is good and someone who is evil. They are equally selfish, aspiring to what it is that they truly want.
That was like the most helpful you've been in like the last 4 conversations. Okay.
It's not my fault you're an idiot.
Or
I'm
we
an
could just like
idiot.
let him out in the abyss and then
And-
leave the abyss.
They say that part out loud, Clover. It's not my fault you're an idiot. So everyone, that's all you hear Cold Steel say suddenly.
Thanks, Cold Seal.
Oh, is
Always
there something
nice
that I
to hear
didn't
you.
explain well enough for you?
No. You are
no,
also an
to her,
idiot.
to her.
In fact, there's only one of you
Mhm.
here whom is not an idiot.
Who's
I
that?
don't know. Nira Devusa, that was the second smartest person in the whole universe next to her.
I am an idiot.
Nira Devu
Some
gave you
here
such
right
an
now.
honorific, and they start writing inside of their book.
She really did.
Look,
Lovely.
we
She's
have
dead
to
now,
kill
though.
this thing. And I don't like the idea of sending this thing back to the abyss. I think killing it here is the move. And we have 2 priests. We have whatever he is, and and a wizard. I can keep it in a circle. It will not be able to leave. As long as
Can I take
I'm
an Arcana
alive
check to
and no one
make
breaks
certain?
that circle.
You may roll an Arcana check if you want to.
What circle are you planning on using?
It's the same one I caught Ekra in and Hop here. It's a magic circle. I just kind of just pour salt around the thing and chant it, and as long as nothing like breaks it, and if I know its name, it's gonna have a much harder time getting out of this, which I do because it willingly gave it to us.
Your best option. Your best option is to call Avernus.
Why not just have the hells come and kill it?
Yes.
Can they even come here?
No. But you need to get that thing destroyed. In order to do that, you will need an archdevil. Or I don't think any of you mortals are powerful enough to do it yourselves. And that is not a thing that we should be joking about. It needs to be destroyed. It is the only thing in this room I despise more than you, Clover.
When were we joking?
She always does.
Okay, I'm on Team Ekra on this. We go to Avernus.
Mm.
You might even see your friend, Glacia, or whatever her name was.
Mm. Mm.
Do you have a place you recommend we go there? Like a layer?
No, I have no association with them.
Maybe call Lucifon?
Who's that?
I mean, he's not really happy with us right now, so that might not be a good idea.
Magic Circle. That's the spell you're talking about, right, Clover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 2024 version of it. Elowen, on a 34, you know the mechanics of Magic Circle. You got that down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So create a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder of magical energy centered on a point on the ground that you can see within range. Glowing runes appear wherever the cylinder intersects with the floor or other surface. Choose one or more type, fiend, right? The circle affects a creature of the chosen type in the following ways. The creature can't willingly enter the cylinder by non-magical means. If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar travel to do so, it must first succeed a charisma saving throw. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets within the cylinder. Targets within the cylinder can't be possessed by or gain the charmed or frightened conditions from the creature. Each time you cast this spell, you can cause its magic to operate in the reverse direction, preventing a creature of a specific type from leaving the cylinder and protecting targets outside of it. So the only way they could escape is if they have interplanar travel and if they can succeed on a charisma saving throw.
Against Clover, who cheats at magic. Oh, wait, you don't know she cheats, though.
Yeah, we don't know
Yeah.
that. We just know you're a cleric.
Yeah, she's a
But
cleric.
it's a demon. They have pretty good persuasion to get out of things. Especially if it's a demon that's making Urg so scared.
Yep.
I think we take it to the hells and we kill this thing. I think Ekra's right. And if anyone has a way to get us out of here and take us there immediately, that would be the best course of action.
I'm gonna look to Casimir. Do you think Lucifon is too pissed off with us?
Swimming, chewing.
I'm
He tried
hoping to
moving
catch him
without
in-
taking it out of his mouth.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch him in between like a moment of clarity.
All right, we'll say that you can answer the question, Kaz.
Repeat the question for me.
Do you think Lucifon's still too pissed off with us?
No. I met him at the funeral. We eased things a little. He didn't seem overly annoyed at us. But he was hospitable then. He answered
Okay.
my call in the first place. But granted us because I gave him the one true thing that he wanted. So
Alright.
You don't have friends. Ekra here was second in command for Glacia at one point. We could
I've
go.
met Glacia as well.
Oh,
She likes. You get some horrid flashbacks. I believe she likes some of me. Since I guess that's all that's left of that. We did her a favor a while back. I'm the only one from that.
maybe we see her then if you're on good terms with her. Plus, she'd probably be happy to see Ekra again.
She's a brother of Lucifon. She's the sister of Lucifon. And we have a much.
see Glacia again.
Probably I believe we got told the house is in a mess as well right now.
What?
The order that was typically in place is tipped on its head. Apparently the house is in chaos.
No, that can't. Lord Asmodeus would never allow something like that to happen. Someone must have deceived you into believing it. It's a common thing for, well, people like you.
He's dead.
Excuse me.
He is no longer in charge of the house.
Yeah, it's under new
What?
management.
Who's ruling?
I I haven't been myself yet to know. He's lying.
I need to know who's who's the Glacia. Glacia was the next in line for the throne, but if Levistus had a hand in it, then Levistus. Oh no! If Levistus is taken, we're all in grave danger. And if it was Luciphon, I mean,
Luciphon hasn't. We met him recently. He seemed fine.
okay. Well, if Luciphon's fine, then it's definitely maybe not Levistus. But none of the other archdevils are nearly ambitious or powerful enough to be able to do that.
Sophocles?
Ambitious,
He was the one
yes, but
that-
he is so weak.
His wrath. He was the one that said literally said if anyone's gonna beat Asmodeus, it's me. I remember reading that.
Sure, absolutely. He
Yeah.
definitely said the words. It's- he
Okay, I mean,
definitely
you can't
said the
lie.
words. Yeah.
Look, we need to go there. Who are we going to see?
I'm a little
I-
bit stuck.
Can somebody help him?
Hey,
I'm not
doofus,
touching
can you teleport?
It wasn't working. You told me not to teleport.
Yeah. Outside. I know. Try it now.
I'll try and blink. All the stuff.
You're standing in front of them all.
About the mirror, can we just put duct tape? Okay.
I don't think ducks will help us in this matter.
Pengu peeks
Geese
his
might
head
do.
out of
Maybe
your
goose?
bag. Huh?
Huh.
I know you don't like the ducks. It's okay.
He goes and starts petting the cloth where the mirror is.
We should leave that thing here.
Huh.
The penguin or the mirror?
No, we came all this way for the mirror.
I agree with you on that one, Clover. That thing freaks me out.
But we came here for the mirror. We can't just leave it after we find it.
No, we're talking about the penguin.
Huh.
We're not leaving Pingu. What kind of monsters are you?
Huh. And Pengu like hugs Casimir's
Well, so-
head.
And I'm just thinking to myself, less of a monster than Pengu is.
Okay. Wizard, can you get us out of here?
Yes, where do you want us to go, though?
I'm gonna look over at the others. We're voting. I'm saying the 6th layer of hell because that's where it seems like you all know Glacia, and you're on good terms with her.
Sort of. We did her a favor a while ago. Luciphon is our better bet, but
We did kill him
wherever-
once.
Give me a second. I'm just going to do a quick look for something here. Any chance I can find like a veil? You know, round about these parts. That might look like it might be, you know, weaved out of fate thread.
Oh, you can go ahead and roll me a perception check, Kaz. $20?
20.
Okay. As you're looking around, Pengu grabs the blanket and like pulls it off the mirror as everyone else is like, no, putting it back on. Casimir, that exact thing is positioned behind him in the background of the inside of the mirror. He has it.
I'll put that.
How are you going to get it?
I have no idea. That's the correct answer.
Okay, well, we need to let him out at some point.
That's
Let's-
what I've been saying. So we do this in the hells where we're gonna have an army.
Well, wait. If the hells are in discourse right now, this is too important to just throw up to chance, honestly. I don't know. You you figure out what you need to do. Just you can't free it without having a plan to kill it.
Alright, I'm gonna send a message to Luciphon, and here it is.
All right, roll me a d20. Don't roll a 1.
Did the exact opposite.
All right, you get a perfect connection to
Yeah.
Lucifon as he immediately chimes back over to you. Oh no. You're asking Lucifon. Okay, that's not that bad then. Y'all may bring it forth, but be careful. Something like that can't gain any purchase within the Hells, or else they break loose.
I let everybody know what he said. He didn't answer my question. This guy.
We need to be careful about something. This item, it's got the capability of trapping a god, but likewise it would also probably work for, if it works for a demon, it works for a devil.
Yeah, I thought about putting in that we're gonna keep what the demon was in, but I decided to not put that in case this is something that they would want to keep, and I don't want to deal with devils through sending.
It's something that we shouldn't be allowed to have. And when it comes to it, devils are still a bit finicky about that, as much as celestials are.
Oh yeah. We're not allowed to have a lot of things, but we still do.
Like, even to them, just taking me for instance, I am still scourged that should be wiped out. So they are on the same side when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Likewise with this, and the power that it brings. Because doing this, taking this, and if they realize what it is, also means that they realize something is about to happen. And I do not think that they will join our side on it either. Maybe, but Lucifon's one of a reasonable head, at very least. But we should be careful.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's why I reached out to him, because he's the one we have the best relations with, even when things went sideways.
You all said this was a demon, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clover said he gave the name.
Didn't we just learn that at the time that everything was set up in that battlefield, demons didn't yet exist?
I thought they always existed.
No, that's what we learned.
They've always existed.
Demons only existed once the Abyss was set up, and the Abyss was set up after Fendrick let things go. Unless my history is wrong, in which case someone correct me.
You are correct.
So if this thing is a
I think
demon,
we're missing a piece.
how is it here? Or is it one of the very first? Or is it something that goes beyond that?
Oh, we could be. I mean, all honesty, that could be the daddy of demons.
That's excellent. Sort of. Does his name mean anything to any of you?
Religion check. Anybody proficient in religion and who heard the name? Or Elowen, you could just repeat it if you want. Or you'll just go la 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 la.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give myself guidance on this too.
Dirty 30.
And
I'll give some guidance to Elowen.
And I'm going to use my scribe.
Yeah,
I really want the answer on this
I
one.
could just write it down.
You can roll a d4, Elowen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
30.
Vindir, did you have advantage?
You scribe.
Yes, I used my scribe advantage. Or
Okay.
my weekly update, weekly journal, whatever you want to call it.
Thank you. Sorry, I know you said that. I just didn't process the information.
You're fine. I for a second I was like, why do I have advantage? I forgot why I had it too for that split second. You're fine.
Yeah. So let's start with the 230ers, shall we?
Mhm.
Elowin, Natalie, Clover, however we want to discern you right now.
Mhm.
If what Casimir is saying is true, if this thing predates demons but is giving off demonic entity or giving off like a very distinct demonic energy about it, then this thing has to be a very ancient and powerful entity. You've not heard of it before, but time-wise, if what Casimir is saying is true, and it could be for your guys' perspectives, this thing is something that would be a precursor to demons, making it incredibly powerful. And also be what was before demonkind in service of Exium. That's a concern.
You know, I just go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Vindir on a 39. Zalzareth the Black Vow. This is information that you should not have. Zalzareth was among the champions, a powerful entity in service of their god, beyond anything else. The original champions of the original gods, the most powerful of chosen entities. They were legendary as they were considered slumberers, entities that when the gods discerned they needed to intervene, they would send them specifically to do it on their behalf. Zalzareth, though, they served a god. They lied about whom they served. They were called the Black Vow because they chose to side with Exium. They saw the imminent destruction of the universe being a good thing that would set creation free. They vowed that no matter what they do, they will ensure that Aceso would be free of this side project she is working on so that she can create, so that his lord can consume. Just as some people are champions of their gods, Vax Ildan, for example. The man who surprised you with how stealthy that son of a bitch just naturally is, to the point where you couldn't even keep up with him. He's a champion of the Raven Queen, who is by no means that powerful of an entity. He is the equivalent of status, but for Exium.
Yeah, I was thinking like Clover and him on steroids. And that's where that's when I rudely interrupted because I was thought too quickly.
You're good.
But the mirror, we might want to think about not using it and not releasing him. I know we came all this way to get it, but
it's smart.
Not that I don't want to release him to kill him. I don't have a problem with doing that either. But I do want to put out that I think we're gonna have to kill him because there's a possibility that we might not be able to kill him at all, and that there's no other object strong enough to contain him.
We can kill him.
It's sent here for a reason. I believe it's... She might not have known what was in it, but still. He has something in there that I need.
The Hells have been doing this for centuries.
Who said that?
It came from inside the mirror.
And moreover, we're not going to be alone doing this.
Kaz is going to look at the mirror.
Pull up the blanket, and he's looking at you, and you see him like shaking and like massaging his neck.
Sorry.
so you may get your item. Or leave
Please put
me.
the
I will learn all you know. And I will gain my own freedom.
Clover's just gonna put the cape back over the mirror. Stop talking that.
Yeah. The threat at the end was very unneeded. You've been trapped in here for God knows how long, so I don't see you getting out in my lifetime.
Yeah, he's been in here for thousands of years and only got a little crack.
And
gonna make
Elowin's the
Edgar
only
and
one
Hop
here
and-
who knows how serious that is.
Oh yeah,
Well,
it's horribly serious. It's if it can crack this mirror, it's horribly strong.
then it's gonna get out
insane.
eventually anyways. So we're gonna have to deal with it regardless.
I need
And the best place to deal with this is the house.
Yeah, I need some rest though. I'm still weak from my wish.
Yeah, can we wait? I mean, do we need to do this today?
No, we don't have to do this today, but I don't want to put it inside that hole.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
even know what's in
no,
it.
that needs to stay on somebody's person. But I want to do some research.
I don't know how much time we have. I don't think this is something that we can hold on to and wait overly long because remember, she's being hunted.
Oh yeah.
And we think that, and the belief is, if we even go to try and see the Changebringer, they are going to try to kill us on their turf.
Yeah.
The god is after us. You specifically. But it seems like we are also being cut off for good measure. At least that was the warning we got.
Joey,
think we
all
got
the
the
research
house
that I
for next
did
time.
for all the gods for that year of downtime, could I make another religion check to see if there's any, like, I'm not gonna say weaknesses, but anything that seemed like, I don't know, something useful.
Please mute
To use
yourself
against
if you're
him?
yawning, buddy.
Sorry.
Thanks. What was your question, Vindir?
With all the research I did for that year of downtime, can I make another religion check to see if I can remember any more, like a useful detail that we could use against him? It doesn't have to be like a weakness, but something that would be just useful.
So, this creature, it doesn't know anything about the modern era. It comes from a time before when magic was free. You remember all of this. Because of your 39 and because of what just happened, he sounds like he's learning. He's observing you all, listening to you, and learning at a speed that is concerning. But he doesn't know everything about modern era. He doesn't know modern magics. He doesn't know modern anything. So if he was to have a weakness, it would be in his lack of knowledge of modern magics and of mortal wielded magics, more than likely.
He hasn't seen anything in forever. And
Probably.
he's soaking this up. We should probably talk someplace away from the mirror.
Hole close, and we can talk.
Ekra will walk over. I'll watch the mirror.
What, we think it's gonna grow legs
Don't
all
go
of a
near the
sudden?
mirror. It will scare you.
Oh, yes.
Actually, sit on it. Sit on it, but don't turn around.
Well, I am not going to touch it.
Just
No.
sit
You're not going to touch it, little angel. This is a devil's job. Piss off.
See, she called you an angel. That's learning. She's not being as mean as she was.
To her, angel is much as an insult as a shit-eater. Excuse my language.
It's not true. She says good things about you behind your back. Let's go.
Roll me a deception check. Let's see if Hop believes you. There are two personality traits of this devil. She despises everything, but demons above all
30.
else. 30.
Nat 20.
Oh, wow.
Nat 20.
Nice.
So, we're finally becoming friends. Yay.
You've always been friends.
I know.
So should we go?
Before that, is it even possible for you to go? Mini Clover.
To Hells, yes. If we go,
Are you
I gotta put
sure?
Hop away because everything's gonna go around him. It's a weird complication. Like I should be fine.
Okay, but what about 22? With his true sight right now, how does 22 feel about going to the house?
22 seems very concerned right now. More than anything else. A very clear amount of worry written on their face.
Does it seem to be more about the thing that they found than actually going to the house?
Insight check. Definitely the thing that you found.
Gotcha. Also, true sight, does it do anything? Like, do I notice anything else about this creature or anything around?
Nope. This thing is not a deceiver. It is a destroyer.
Just in case. Fine, let's go. But let's go to Luciphon, rather than Glacia, because I feel like Glacia would try to use this for her own means, whereas Luciphon will at least respect ours.
Just need to make a quick stop. I'm going to cast a demi-plane to access my castle. Would it work, or would I need to do it with the epic spell slot?
Reaching extra dimensional places inside of here is not possible. You guys have to leave to do that.
It's not an extra dimensional space.
Oh yeah, you could reach your demi-plane, but you wouldn't be able to take your demi-plane to your plane. You can hit your way station, but not go to your bastion.
I can't go to my bastion?
Not in here. You have to be somewhere else to do that.
Okay.
This place is without time, which means you can't be anywhere where time exists. Your demi-plane is wherever you are. That extra dimensional like doorway, that's wherever you are. But where your bastion is, that's on its own plane of existence.
It's just that when I use the plane, usually we said it was to go to my bastion instead of.
Yes, and as when you guys were over dealing with Nira Devu shit, you could go to your demi-plane, but you could not get to your bastion because it was locked out of time.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I need to go somewhere else,
and then you could access it through your demi-plane. Yes.
We just need to leave this room, basically. Go back the way we came.
If we've done everything here.
Yeah.
Does this all make sense to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
What's here? Okay, I'm just going to assume. Okay.
I think you just walk through that archway and we leave. Just gonna point where the circle is.
Why is Ur golden?
I don't know.
He
touched
is.
something. He touched something.
He took the sacrifice.
So
doesn't know it because he was in threats. Okay, I'm just going to assume you guys did something.
So we could teleport out of this room to where we were before, where there were the statues and everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, do we know, is there an exit to this room? I'll ask the obvious question.
There is no other exit. There's only an entrance to this chamber. Clover did point out that archway that's underneath the loam, though.
Yeah.
I promise you guys, this archway has to be something.
Okay.
Kaz is just going to walk through. Spellcasters just can't do the easy thing.
So you just walk through this?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
throw a rock, but
Cool.
can't be number one scientist if you don't, or number two
Yeah.
scientist if you don't walk through, I guess.
Okay. When Casimir walks through, he disappears.
Yep, that's the exit. Natalie will follow and have somebody grab the mirror.
Error.
That's not going to drop it.
I'll grab it.
Error.
All right, I'll grab it. What?
My portable is still open. Can you put the largest rock you can find that fits in there?
I can try. Perception check or athletics check?
Just let me.
Athletics. Yeah, let's see.
Just like
You'll test to find out which is the heaviest rock in here. God damn. We'll find a way to fix this.
I rolled 13, so 29.
29. You find a pretty big one that's like, it's difficult for you to hold up. It's not really a rock so much as it is a fucking pillar. You're just like hoisting it into the portable hole. Okay.
Thank you.
Sweet.
So yeah,
Alright.
guys, Casimir fucking disappeared. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
let's go.
Who
Okay.
cares about Casimir?
Wow.
Yeah,
And
Natalie
we'll go
follows
through the
with
archway as well.
all her pets.
Okay, so you each go through the archways.
Mhm.
Zoom, 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 zoom. So, guys, we have two options that I am presenting to the players. Option 1. You interact with this fun little mechanic that is inside of the loam itself, where each of you rolls your personality traits, bonds, and flaws and does a quick one-shot for one session, playing a version of yourself with all of those personality traits, bonds, and flaws, but as a level 10 character in a random situation, or you guys come out unscathed on the other side and we just skip over that. What does the group wish to do? Type it out. One shot or no? Okay, well then we're not doing it. But I would
I like the idea. We just got pushed a story point.
That's why I gave you guys an option for it.
Mhm.
So I do want you all to generate which ones you are, though, in the instance. So just so you know,
Yeah.
this is happening to you. We're just skating over it. So Natalie, you're going first. D8, 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 D6, D6.
It's 2 D6s. You said 3 D8s and 2 D6s?
Yep.
If we'd went with the one-shot idea, I think it would have been really funny if we just switched all our classes around as well.
That's
Like, we kept our personalities, but we were level 10, and we have each other's different stuff. So, like, Elowen is a barbarian now. Vindir is a wizard. No, sorry, I'll claim wizard. Vindir is a sorcerer.
I was gonna go with druid. It'd go from super religious to like the hippie chick. You
I
know.
mean, yeah, that works.
Then
I
roll
thought like the cycling of hours would have been funny.
for freedom. Refuse to kneel even when my knees buckle. I cling to hope no matter how small. Okay, let's see what my bond and flaw are.
My way is the only way. I owe my life to a stranger I may never meet again. And
Like a more extreme version of Natalie.
yes. And roll for your class.
D12.
That is correct.
Do these only matter for the one shot, like if it ever
Yes.
happens?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not adding the personality traits to our
No,
shots.
no, no, no,
Natalie
no.
will-
You
will-
guys.
I have to.
Well,
she
that's
acquire
because
it.
you absorbed that
Yeah.
thread.
Yeah, I took the blow for everyone.
No, you took it because you wanted to increase your will.
Increase my
Remember,
what?
you got told that
Your
you
well.
wanted to grab an thread of uncut fate for your potential.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was all you.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
You did it
4,
for
5,
all
6,
you, not
7, 8,
for
9,
us.
10. Hey, Natalie, you were still a sorcerer.
Wow, Natalie in every universe is a
Oh,
sorcerer.
wait. No. It's 12 because we subtract the one that you currently are from the list. So you were a warlock instead.
No, that's evil. I can't be an evil Natalie.
Warlock's not evil. You just might
This-
have been tough on your luck and, you know,
These
made a
traits,
deal.
my way is the only way. I
with the
refuse to
Archfey.
bend.
You lost a bet. You gamble.
All right. Your turn.
Dark
3d8s
one's
and then
luck.
2d6s.
You made a pact with the fiends, and the fiend's the one that's with you.
Oh, this is great.
So in this one shot, would our have 3 sets of personality traits?
No, it's just these ones as you go over to the other side and realize you are. Oh no, those are your the one-shot personality traits. Then 6.
I'm all might. Yes.
I speak the truth even when it wounds. You got that one again. I carry a fragment of someone else's soul, and they call to me still. It was yourself. In the one shot. Now, roll for class, D12. 2. Congratulations, you were a bard in your other life. With those personalities.
God damn it.
You're just Charlie, right? That scene just guys it all.
Depressed.
All right, so who was next after you? Elowin.
Cutting words and what's that cantrip that you talk shit that gives damage?
Vicious mockery.
Yeah, there you go.
I also think when looking at that, like tragedy bards, like seeing the beauty and death and all of that,
Yeah.
that kind of works for it.
Oh, hey. 2-2. Oh, that's funny. Oh no, another tragic boy. Or girl. You can decide what your gender was in your other life.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, what is up with you guys rolling 4 on the flaws?
About average. It's like an emo band startup right here.
And you're a warlock as well. Oh, wait.
No, he'd be a sorcerer.
Yeah, you would be a sorcerer. That is correct. Elowin the sorcerer.
Natalie
Alright.
got kicked out of being a sorcerer.
All right, next up, let's go with you, Vindir.
All right. 3, 2. Hey, no 4.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's not the first one. Never mind. 1. Damn, you guys are so similar.
Because we're rolling on the same list.
I know. Listen, I can only do so much prep work, man.
I know.
All right, so those 3, 2 and 6.
See, this is what
Ooh.
happens in a world without Axiom. Everyone just becomes the same.
And then your D12, Vindir?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's completely different.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're a sorcerer as well.
Interesting.
And then Casimir. God damn. One, 6.
As the cleric?
3. All of you carry fragments of your previous souls inside of you.
Wow.
And 3, your class,
Honestly,
we're correlating your current class, Casimir, to Barbarian.
Yeah.
So 2 would be Bard, or 1 would be Bard. Cleric would be 2. Druid.
So essentially, this is just him if he never got turned.
Yeah, you're starting life.
It's literally what he was doing before he became a vampire.
So, guys, this is the story. When you went over there, you lost memories and recollections of whom you once were, but you kept hearing these inside voices inside of your minds. Many of you were hearing those voices speaking to your soul. They're calling you, telling you to go out on adventure and go out and claim what is yours. And when you grouped together, you decided to do just that. You began traveling around the coast side, trying to find wherever evil was, and you sure did find it, in the way of a group of cultists, trying to bring and summon forth back a great evil demon from the beyond. They were trying their best, and all of you managed to slay and slew through them as best as you can. One of you nearly died. I need each of you to roll me a d20 to find out who rolls the lowest and nearly died in this excursion. Ooh,
Oh,
Casimir, of course.
Casimir's fucking, that's hysterical.
Natalie. Okay, Casimir. You were almost slain if it was not from the valiant efforts of, who rolled the highest? Vindir's other half, the sorcerer who had saved you from your demise. Finding a kinship and friendship that grew and blossomed into a wonderful, wonderful budding relationship. The two of you ever closer and ever more friendly, my dear. You managed to find the lair of the cultists, where they had on an altar set up your family members, getting ready to sacrifice and slew them, but you all jumped into action, fighting valiantly and destroying the cultists, freeing and saving your family in the meantime. As your heroic endeavors come to an end, you hear a voice speaking into your minds yet again. Whom here did not get 6 on bonds? I carry a fragment of someone else's soul.
Natalie.
Just you?
Just Natalie.
Natalie.
The
The last die, 6. 6.
A fight to free those enslaved by unseen chains.
Oh yeah, Elwin
Yeah, and
Eva.
Elwin, the two of you, the only ones not hearing these voices, had to fight and fend off, seeing your allies and companions joining together, doing their best to slay and kill your people that were on the slabs, your family members, their family members. They were cursed, they were enchanted. Something clearly happened. And while you were fighting valiantly, unfortunately, their numbers outweighed yours. And in slaying those family members, the two of you that did not hear these fragmented souls calling you, learned that it was your original selves calling you to complete this ritual to get back to where you came from. And as all of that comes to an end, you all peer around as you are outside. Oh, ignore that. Nobody saw that, right? Right. As you're all outside of the Loam's territory, regaining your memories of whom you once were before going through that little archway, remembering every moment of that life that you lived, each of you, 22 years of age when you went on that adventure. And now you look at one another, a little surprised at what just happened randomly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys were stuck there for 22 years.
I was an angry boy.
He's a guy.
Do you guys want to create any... yeah, it was an easy... Do you guys want to create any bonds that came to fruition through this? Any synergies or any synergies between one another from all of this?
I'm not really into getting really friends with Clover for some
Why
reason.
were you all crybabies?
I'm a
Why'd
bard.
you
I
all
literally
cry?
have emotion is the entire thing of bards.
While they're fighting, I'm just gonna cast Demi-Plane so we can
Okay.
get out of there.
Ekra comes walking over to you all as well. That was horrible. I was a fae. Not
You were
even a
my
sexy
Oh,
one.
that's horrible.
Now for the burning question. Is the statue alive?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
What was your names again?
Yes, everybody. What was your names in that other duality?
I was
Yeah.
meaning in this world.
Well,
Yeah, Rick.
Type out your other name. Waldger. Yarick. Gaddily Nail.
No, I think it's gonna be something pretty similar.
Two more of you. Okay, you're typing. Good. Nick Gale.
You didn't want to be Nathan Gale?
No, that's her dad.
Oh, okay. That makes sense then.
Yeah. Plus, Nicholas is kind of like a fun hidden one.
Castian. Nice. Apollo. So, and Vindir, Casimir and Vindir became best of friends after Vindir saved his life. Of course, growing a fondness and bond with all of your allies as you wrote and regaled every one of their stories.
Yep.
Clover and Elowin becoming closer and closer as the only two not hearing voices in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And even battling fervently side by side against the odds to try to save those that they loved. Of course, now you know that they needed to kill them for you guys to get back here.
I just imagine, like, come back to her senses, and at least, like, I'm not getting friend with her. She's a fucking dragon.
Natalie just side eyes. That was
Well,
weird.
whatever.
I don't like how all of you cried every night.
I didn't.
Look, yeah, exactly.
I
It
don't have
wasn't real.
Yeah.
I think
It wasn't real. We never talk about it again.
I think
just
that
move
was
on.
just Wargle How the fuck do you say that? Waldger singing all the time. The amount of sad songs. You're going to stop saying now, aren't you?
Sing me a song.
I
Piano
have
man.
no charisma. I cannot sing.
Oh,
Doesn't
thank
mean you
God.
can't try.
I have high performance though, but that's it.
Wait.
Go ahead, roll a performance, sir.
Something horrible is coming back to me. It's bagpipes.
Oh yeah.
I still have those, but I saved those for the
Oh.
boss fight when I need to draw the attention.
Look, I'm telling you this right now. Even in a boss fight, if I see those fucking bagpipes again, I'm gonna destroy them.
What if it's that, but it's saving your life and
21 years or 21 years of you playing bagpipes every night.
Here's the thing: what if I destroy the bagpipes, you kill yourself?
I spent 20
Like
years...
legitimately for good.
If I don't hear bagpipes again, sure.
That would be the most evil magic item. Enchanted. An enchanted bagpipe that if they are destroyed, the person who destroys them instantly dies. Kaz, what were you saying? I'm making a new item.
I spent 20 years trapped in time in one place so no one could move, and somehow that was less torturous than listening to those bagpipes.
Kills gods too.
Okay, guys, we should leave. I don't like being in the Shadowfell much longer than we have to.
Nick, you look
item.
weird.
Make it so where not only do they die, they watch their funeral and it's a bagpipe funeral.
Oh no.
So they have to do it one last time.
What were you saying, Kaz? You were talking to Nick?
I said, Nick, you look weird now.
Yeah.
What? I was a warlock. I would never do that. I would never stoop so low to do something like that. 2, points at Ekra. That was my patron. And 3,
well, don't
I saw
bargain with
Hop
fate.
die horribly.
Okay.
Don't bargain
and
with
he was a
fate. What do
puppy.
you expect?
I was trying to help you.
Yeah. If I was crying all the time, then you made a deal with a fae.
You can't trust Faye.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely
don't know
true.
what his reasoning was. I just came into it and I just felt anger and hostility and wanting to change the angst.
Yeah, and I came into it being freaking, emotional and wanting to listen to, really sad songs.
I had a great time. I was a man and I created an organization called the Incels. You were one of my leaders.
I was a sorcerer that every time I cast a spell, shit would blow up.
What the hell's a sorcerer? What in the
I just went back to my
sorcerer?
roots.
Oh god, the skin.
I was so young then.
Me too.
Let's just move on. How about that?
Yes. Let's just leave and never talk about this again.
Guys, you still owe me
So,
one though.
I know. I appreciate it.
I am gonna. Sorry, go on.
I wonder what would have happened if we died there.
So
I felt close.
Yeah, I want to know what happened if we went through the first door, not the archway.
So, I do want to know, between the two of you, you can decide or you can roll for it. Did your friendship bloom into a romance that is now incredibly awkward, or did it stay as a bromance?
For who? Kaz and Vindir?
Kaz and Vindir.
Roll it.
He saved your life, man.
Choice.
Vindir's choice.
I'm thinking of, y'all watch that episode of Black Mirror where the two dudes are playing video games that are like VR video games?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm thinking of right now. We're just gonna go with the bromance.
Okay, bromance it is. What a fun one shot, guys. Anyways, now that you're out and you're back in this area, you all wish to leave?
I don't think we can do it from
here.
Yeah,
I guess at the demi-plane.
Yeah, you guys have to go back to the entrance, which was all the way over here, and you have to fly up to get there. But it's like this part is the easy part. You just gotta fly up high enough, and then you can demi-plane yourselves out.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to snag an Astral Dreadnought Tooth.
Hey, I look at her. I bet I can jump all the way up.
Let's see.
Actually, I bet I can jump farther than all of you, not using magic or anything.
Doubtful.
See,
What?
look,
No.
even now
You're
you're
welcome
trying
to
to
try,
make
though. I'm willing to test.
Okay. Give me a
even
second.
now you're trying
She's
to
gonna
make bets
stretch.
with a fae. See,
She's-
you didn't learn anything.
She's gonna stretch and get ready. Oh, I'll have you know, I was the high jump champion at my school.
I rolled 12, so 28.
Nice. Now did I assume you're gonna cheat?
Natalie's shooting. She's gonna use the
Okay.
boots of flying when she jumps. It just fucking floats.
Vindir and Casimir notice.
Nice.
She's
Both
just
of
going to teleport.
Yeah, the two of you notice she's just using a magic item. You fucking yeeted yourself up there, dude. 40 fucking feet, grabbing onto the ceiling. And she's just floating past you, like acting like she's still jumping.
Nice. Once she comes down, I'm gonna start asking her questions, making her
Yeah.
sweat. No, it's gonna be like, what's your daily regimen like?
She's
do you
never
train?
coming down. She's just still floating up.
Bye-bye.
It's the moon up here, guys. Oh.
Anyways, once you all get high enough into that cavern and chasm, you can do your demi-plane. Deciding to jump and climb his way as best as you can. I mean, honestly, at this point at your level, this is not something you need to roll for. You can jump 40 feet on your initial jump and then climb your way high enough to keep up with everyone else. And then you do your demi-plane. You guys step inside of the blank room that has a, the statue of that Marut in here, and then you go through a different demi-plane door that you open up, where you are all inside of Elowin's Bastion.
With everything covered in gold pieces.
Yes. So just for basic composition and layout, everybody, this is how big it is. This is how much space Elowin has eaten up. The rest of it is just fortifications and a castle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys are standing there looking at more wealth than you've ever seen in your entire lives. Other than those, Casimir, you're the only one who's ever been inside of Gazerzi's hoard. Right? Have any of you been inside of Gazerzi's hoard?
No.
I think so.
He's the Twilight Dragon?
Oh, we were there. We were all there.
Has anyone let him know that Liara died because they were pen pals and Liara just stopped writing him?
I'm gonna cast sending to someone I never talked to, but I heard of Godfrey Bruce.
Type that out for me, please.
Wyatt, when the funeral was coming up, Kaz got sending sent to everyone of importance. So yes. You would have made sure that everyone was there for the funeral. So at some point, Gazelles was probably there. Maybe. Joey can confirm that, but sendings got sent.
Yeah, Gazerzi's would have made a showing if he was alerted. Godfrey Bruise. Okay.
I think it was the blacksmith that did Eduardo's shield.
Sure, sure. So you do a sending to Godfrey?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the sending? 25 words, type it out.
By the way, Joe, I do have a hard cutoff in 20 minutes.
Sounds good, thank you.
Looking about, does there seem to be an outside in this place?
Looking at Elowin's bastion.
Yeah, like, is there an outside to see where they might be?
Sure, roll me a survival check. Let's see if you can get to it. Godfrey will reply to you. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3. You hear this voice come back to you. Sigh. I can shape it, but have none. I don't know where to get any. Whoever gave you my name is my enemy. Goodbye. He sounds like he gets asked this question a lot by, like, epic travelers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's really annoyed, you know?
Okay.
Casimir, you find your way through the Labyrinthian style of this demiplane. What does the outside of your bastion look like, Elowin? Where is your bastion currently located? Aesthetically.
It's currently in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a huge bastion. It looks like a medieval castle, but all the furniture is like very, very, very nice. Some of it is black and white. Yeah, there's like a huge garden. There's a what's the word? Fountain in the middle. There's a kitchen, laboratories. Like
I'm asking you the outside.
Oh, the
It's
outside.
just
Like,
an
yeah,
open sky floating in the air?
Yeah.
Okay. There you have it, Casimir. You're in an flying openly in the skies of a crystal clear, beautiful day. And you can see off in the distance there's rolling thunderstorms and clouds that are about eye height with you up here.
Is there any signs of landmass or any signs of which world this is?
Perception check. If you have cartographers, you can roll that utilizing wisdom, and if you have both, cartographers with advantage.
He doesn't, but he has been on nearly every world.
Yes, you have.
$29. If he's not been on them, he's thrown a sword at them. So
you recognize planets more based upon the moons that they have because you throw swords at them all the time. And so you see the moons more often than the planets. Sometimes the moons get in the way of your throwing of swords, right? Elowin, what planet is your thing close to, your bastion? Or what planet is it inside of? What plane?
Exandria.
Yeah, you're in Exandria right now. Well, above Exandria.
Mm-hmm.
Skyscape. Oh, they don't know about Skyscape, Wyatt.
This is wind to move. And he's just going to head back to the group.
Oh, by the way, just so I think I heard that you were studying Thorin Steel.
Dwarf and Steel, yes. I have my leads.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
I would be curious to get some, if like it's possible with cash and stuff.
Cash? No. I've got a couple of sources out there, and well, it'll take some time. But
Okay.
luckily, Dwarf and Steel is not going anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Because wherever it's at, it's protected.
Gotcha.
Means you need to murder some people to get it.
And they
Some of
say
them, yes.
we are monsters.
Yeah, we're the bad guys. He's the good one.
Just gonna kill a
I
few
mean, you're
dwarves
the
for my body.
I mean, think about this. You're all the ones that equate being mean to elderly to murder.
You want to? I don't know. I mean, you
I
kind of
mean,
want to keep somebody
you guys think I'm
imprisoned.
as evil as you guys, and the worst thing I've done is
Bully an old man.
bully an elderman. And what have you guys done?
You want to keep somebody in prison for eternity.
When was this?
Just now, the
2
man in the
minutes
mirror.
ago.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
You
that
have
was all
done
out of
some
character.
bad stuff as well.
Oh man, that was a demon. I was under like a spell thing.
Yeah,
You
That
that's
can
seems
see
to be your excuse a lot of the time.
I mean, are you going to say if someone's under, not hold? What is it? Dominate creature. Are they responsible for their actions?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, that spell effect would have ended on you because you experienced 22 years of living.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. I'm like,
So you're no longer
Frightened,
frightened.
like-
To an
fucking mirror.
extent, I would blame the victim.
what? Oh, the dominate creature spell?
Have stronger fortitude.
Just resist
Really?
magic.
Yeah.
Break it.
You can
Like-
see
like-
my
like- Like a peasant, I don't blame them. They don't have any money. You,
No, they could have
Filthy
gotten.
rich.
They could have had stronger fortitude. That's
You-
you trying to shift the goalposts.
you can just go like buy an amulet.
All I could say is, what about your family? If your family did shit like that and they were under control, would you say that they were under they're responsible for their actions, or they're not?
We're talking about you, not my family, so let's not bring them into this.
Ah,
Good to know that if if that happens to your wife, that I know you'll be mad at her or husband. I don't
There's a
care.
wife.
I don't have anything.
Spouse, whatever you have.
You can see my simulacrum just bringing a wheelbarrow of freshly minted gold pieces and going back to do more.
I
Yeah,
know,
what do
we're
you-
doomed.
Oh.
There's
Yeah,
two
why
of
do you
them.
have so much money?
Dragon.
I've destroyed a mountain to get that gold.
What?
Yeah,
No, you're the bad
Not
guy.
unheard of.
She's got- There. None of you are the
That'll-
bad guy. Pointed at the bad guy.
Natalie, you do know of that mountain over in Marquette that just disappeared. And what that has been doing to the global economy.
Well, it was not going well for starter, but I'm the one who put the railroad spike in the coffin, so to speak.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Yeah,
What I
let's get
will
the fuck
say-
out. Let's get this shit over with. Let's
We
kill this
need
guy.
to leave, since right now we're in Exandria again. And those are the gods that are currently trying to kill some of us?
Yeah.
We need to
I can
go.
I can handle killing monsters. Economics and math. That's not my wheelhouse.
Wait, we're in Exandria. Little look out. Do I see my house? Do I see do I see what
Oh,
condo?
you are so high above the clouds. You don't even know if you're in Exandria. Roll me a survival check.
Natalie's not a survivalist. Oh, it was whispered, but a 14.
14. There's no way that he knows you're on like this could be anywhere that has a sky and 2 moons.
Okay, where are we going then? We're just going
If we're
to...
going to the hells, I suppose. Let's go see what Lucifer says.
All right.
I don't know if this is the right plan, but better we need to get off of this world.
Akra, like I said, is good friends with Glacia. And I've heard that she's been wanting to meet me for a while. Since Never mind.
The
Whichever
Changebringer wants to meet you too.
Yeah, but devils can't lie.
Yeah,
What did she say though?
She just wanted to have a talk. Because I kidnapped her favorite. What was the word she said? Toy?
Yeah, we're definitely not going to her. She's gonna try to kill you or something.
I
You
don't
stole
think she
something
did.
from her.
It's been. Wow, it's been like 7 years. It's been like 6 years.
Glacia works to her own agenda, I believe. At least a little bit more than Lucifon does. And if everything is askew position-wise, they might be scrambling for something to stabilize them. Which, what we have would exactly be. If we meet them, we might very well turn them into an enemy.
Okay, I mean, I don't think she'd be our enemy. I don't actively sense
I'm
Ekra
only-
trying to kill me with this.
I'm only guessing at this point, but this matter is dangerous, and it is something that could tip the scales quite heavily. We can't really let people know about this.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think we need to kind of release the demon and then I'm not gonna say secret, but maybe not to a whole grand audience.
I don't think we even know how to release this demon.
I think you just break the mirror.
You hear knocking on the glass.
Don't talk to that thing.
I'm gonna look. Actually, no. I'm going to open my book.
Okay. Unfortunately, they are in an extra dimensional space, so you do not receive any communication from your book.
Damn it.
They're too far away.
I'll look.
Makes sense.
Kaz will see what they're trying to do. Actually, no. Kaz is going to do it so that they can't see anything else of where they are.
Speak the name of the dog that served him.
And he's just going to close it. He's not saying anything.
Yeah.
Let's.
I'm gonna
Uh,
open
I-
up. I'm gonna open up my book real quick, and see if he did any prayers to Exium.
Who, this guy?
Yep.
Um,
Like since our arrival.
no new prayers. To Exium, at least, in the book. There are new prayers, but for like all of the gods.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
sorry, no, you go.
Oh, I was just trying to see if he was trying to pray to Exium, see if we get any information, but he hasn't.
Casimir has all of Liara's old stuff. So she had lead lined encasings. I'm gonna try to put this mirror and encase it in lead.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she had a shroud encased in lead.
So do that so that it can't speak out, nothing can speak in, kind of thing.
Yep.
So that it's fully enclosed. It can't
Mhm.
hear anything that's outside of it. And magic can't touch it.
You can leave, and Ekra already volunteered to just be vigilant of it. If there's one thing you can trust the devil to do, is to make sure a demon gets fucked over. That's the one thing devils are best at.
What's their name again? The devil.
Ekra?
Ekra. Okay.
Can you type that out for us, Clover?
Yep.
Thank you.
The speaker.
No, she does yet. And of course, there is Zalzaroth the Black Vow. That is their name.
I'll say thank you for carrying this burden, carrying the mirror, and I'll hand her a bag with like 1,000 gold. And go. Unless you don't need gold.
Oh, no, I'll take it. And you don't know how they can fit it into their shirt. Like, it's skin tight, but somehow they fit the bag of gold into it. Natalie, 23.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, I think since we have a hard cutoff of this is a good place to end. You guys can decide during the week, hopefully, on where we are going, preferably before the day of the session, so I can prepare properly for you.
Mhm.
Please? Everyone?
I believe it is going to be Lucifer unless does Clover absolutely want to go to Glacier. She does.
Clover has
So
an
it-
outside motive to go to Glacia, but other than going to Glacia, I feel like our best options are Zerial, Glacia, or Lucifon.
Then I
Zerial
would
makes the
say we
most
go.
sense just off of understanding what jobs are.
Kaz knows nothing about Zario, so Lucifer, I would say.
We can do
Well,
I'll
I
that.
prepare
believe
for
that we
either
have.
or, just in case. That's easy. So long as I have a means of preparation. You know, I want to make sure we have a good epic fight against
Oh.
your second epic enemy? Yeah.
I have a question for what's the name of the spell? Gate. Gate can like bring someone to me.
Yeah.
But can I do gate so it's just a portal temporarily?
No.
Or it's no?
It opens up a portal that one thing can come from that side to you, but it doesn't allow transportation from the other way direction.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you had a fantastic time. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.